When Joe initially came to see us, he was experiencing lots of pain, and he really needed help with that, and it was affecting his everyday life from work to physical activity, and he wanted to get back into running. But Joe experienced way more than the physical fitness of what we provide services for. So check out the video to learn why.
I came in and tried it out, did an assessment, talked it over, and then just decided to go for it. At the time, I just wasn't really in shape, and I knew I needed to do something to improve.
When Joe first came in, he was experiencing tons of back pain to the point that it was hindering everything that he was doing. And problems I was having, he had a really weak core. He was not physically training himself properly to be able to actually have all the stability that he needed to. As well, his legs were also super weak and inflexible. So those were a lot of the things that were contributing to his back pain. And as Joe started working with us, we started noticing he was having problems with his shoulder. And due to his physical active job, he was just overusing his body over and over and over again.
My core is very weak. I had a lot of back pain. My posture was terrible. And so I had that sort of pain. Shoulder pain. Of course, I ended up having shoulder surgery later on down the road. But just an overall, I wasn't happy with my body, the way it felt, the way it functioned. That's really another thing that I wanted to work on. Originally, it was about fitness, but every time I'm working out, they're asking me what's going on in my life, how's your nutrition, this and that. And then I just shared some stuff with him that wasn't going like I wanted it to in my life. He's always giving me tips, pointers, but he says, hey, we need to get together. I'd like to mentor you and help you work through some of this stuff. And it's really, really, really been beneficial.
The first way that I noticed Joe being able to start to make progress was he started being able to stay on track in his food. He was able to actually start losing weight again. And that's just from the health benefits. But then whenever we were having conversation within session, he was more positive. He was more optimistic. Whenever things became a problem, he didn't think of them as problems, but more opportunities. So the positive mindset is the biggest initial change that I could see. Was he just thought more about life than things being bad. He changed his perspective, and that's the biggest change.
Positive energy is definitely really beneficial, especially for somebody like me. I was in a really, 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 really bad rut. I struggle with alcoholism, depression, just a lot of different things. I've had a lot of traumatic things happen to me in my life. And with that being said, those things that happened to me are really kind of the shapers and the creators of my values that I have now. And that's another thing that we talk about in our meetings is what's happened to you in your past, your hurts, your hang-ups, whatever. That really shapes who you are and kind of creates your values.
Some of the things that we went over during the meetings were getting Joe's purpose in life. So a lot of people are stuck into listening to what other people tell them, getting stuck with, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. He just needed, really honestly, somebody to be able to push him out of his comfort zone of where he was normally and to be able to get him to list his values. What does he value in life? What does he want to do? Where does he want to go? And that's really what we went over, is being able to push him out of where he was. And Joe's a smart guy. He had a logistics bachelor's degree that he was not currently using. He was doing more physical labor. And he just needed to be pushed out of his comfort zone of what he was used to and to be able to go beyond that and to be able to take action on his goals finally.
Since I've started doing that and made some changes in my life, the results just happened immediately. I mean, literally. I've been meeting with him for a couple months. I've been changing some of my habits. And the next thing I know, I'm starting in Evansville, Indiana in 2 weeks, you know. So it's just like you start doing the right things and doors open.
When Joe finally achieved him getting his dream job, That's probably one of the most satisfying moments that you can have in your life, just being able to get that light bulb moment of, I was the first person that he reached out to whenever he got the call for his job. Not even minutes later, I was the first person that he reached out to. So all of his family, all of his friends. So being that person to know I'm that important to him that he wanted to tell me first before anybody else. So that is the most gratifying thing that you can get as a person, is to be able to assist and help other people.
You don't have to move a mountain right off the bat. You just have to take it one step at a time. Try to implement one new thing at a time, one improvement. But if you focus on the right things, your values, the stuff that really matters, then the rest will just fall in place.